What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua hits back at critics once again, and he says that people don't care about my health. Anthony Joshua has hinted that thinking more about his own or his long-term health has played a factor in his decision to box more conservatively in some of his recent fights. Critics have called for a return of the old AJ, citing more destructive performances earlier in his career against the likes of Dillian Whyte and Vladimir Klitschko. And Joshua has fired back. He says, "I've always wanted to perfect my boxing because I feel like that's how you're going to have a long career. From an employment perspective, I'm sure you guys just want to see a war, but you don't care about my health. If you're a good boxer, the heart of the game is to hit and not get hit. So you want to minimize the impact." And those are the words from Anthony Joshua, and let me counterpunch. He's right to a certain degree. I mean, you can be an exciting fighter and boxer. You just have to pick and choose. And let's just be real. I didn't really see Joshua take a lot of punishment. I mean, like, yes, he had a bloody nose against Franklin. He had a bloody nose against Povetkin. He got dropped by Vladimir Klitschko, and he was eventually stopped by Andy Ruiz. Other than that, though, what has he really been hit with? I know Dillian Whyte caught him with a good left hook and buckled him a bit. I mean, what else was it really? Other than that, he boxed with Andy Ruiz, and then a lot of people looked at that. Okay, that's different. He coasted. He played it safe, but then he wanted the belts back. We respected that. We moved on. Andy Ruiz hasn't really showed us anything else since then. So, it's been still about AJ. So him saying, well, you guys, we should box more and for the longevity, sure. But then if it means that you fight at a pace or at a mindset that you don't want exchanges at all, that's not really what this is about. That's just saying I'm scared. That's not saying, oh, you don't care about my health. A lot of people don't, to be fair. But looking at what he's saying, well, hey, I'm going to box this way because I don't want to get hit a lot because I am, and I used to throw a lot of punches. So it was almost to me, looking and listening to what he's saying now, it was like Joshua was fearless. Well, here's the problem, Anthony. You gave people this perception, and you gave people this version of you that was courageous, that was so, what it was. You know what I mean? It was so dynamic. It was so entertaining. It was exciting. And then you're telling us, oh, you guys don't give a hell of a damn about my health. Well, you should care about your health too. There's a such thing as being exciting and protecting yourself. That don't mean you have to be scared in order to fight or box. You can box and show people your boxing skills, but that don't mean you got to fucking jab and grab. Let's just be real about it. Like, I get what he's saying, but he's too cautious now. So there's no happy medium. You don't have to, pow! You don't have to be that way. You can throw the same amount of punches. You can be entertaining. You can let your hands go, but then have a sense of wisdom and discernment. And that should be based on what that other fighter's doing. You can't throw caution to the wind like you used to. Obviously, that's what he was saying he was doing because he was taking punches that he didn't like. I know he didn't like that left hook from the gods from Andy Ruiz, but there can be a happy medium. But I do agree with Anthony. A lot of people don't give a shit about his health or other fighters' health. You know what I mean? Then you kind of get, like, oh, I feel bad. Well, listen, there's a such thing as taking too much punishment, and I don't think that's AJ. Maybe Joe Joyce. You know what I mean? I don't even think Anthony Joshua has taken more punishment than Deontay Wilder, because Deontay Wilder was stopped his the 2 fights with Tyson Fury. So, him thinking that way, yeah, we want to see you and we want to see your career stretch, and we don't want you to overdo it based on the damage that you take. But then again, we don't want to see any boring ass fight either. We don't want to see that. You know what I mean? Like, this is what happened last fight. Bow! Oh, nice jab. Bow! Bow! Hey! Bow! Break! That's what that fight was. And it did that all fucking night. You know what I mean? At some point, let's get that guy out of here. Let's start blocking some of those shots. You don't have to grab him each and every time, because when he grabbed, it came off as a sign of uncertainty, or it came off as he was uncertain what he wanted to do. So it was almost like he was fighting and then he was like in doubt. Whereas, what I thought he was going to do when Franklin, you know what I mean? I thought he was going to bop, 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 bop. You know what I mean? I'm thinking some shit like, oh, Cole, you're with Derek James, and Derek James is going to have you blocking and catching and countering and catching and shooting, and you know what I mean? Getting in that pocket and bow, bow, bow. You know what I mean? I'm thinking some shit like that. Not some Vladimir Klitschko 2014 on back. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Anthony Joshua stating that people don't care about his health. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!